one of the fields that's currently empty and leads into another field here which is also empty. There aren't that many caravans or motorhomes on site, but then again it is no October and no holiday yet. So this one goes up to 59, so they have quite a few hitches on this site. And then this one goes back through to where we are parked over here, right next to the toilet block, which is very handy, and right next to the motorhome service point, which I'll just give you a quick look at. Might not be interesting to most, but it might be interesting to some. There's a water tap there for us, so that's where Poppy is located. I can't get over how many ladybirds there were, literally swarming us. So that's the motorhome point, so I shall back onto that when we leave tomorrow, empty all the grey water, and then that is the toilet block there. There is an Elson point somewhere there, but that one there says no toilet waste. I'll have to suss that one out. No chemical drop. Okay. Anyway, so it's a nice little site. I like all the landscaping of it. There's one over here which would be perfect if you had a family, 2 vans coming. This one here, number 18, and number 17. There's just a small hedge there, but there's over there you can it's interconnecting. That's what I need to say. So yeah, look at the sky today. I'm in a vest top and my cut-offs and flip-flops, and I've bought jumpers, long trousers, leggings, boots, because I thought we'd be wallowing in the rain. I mean, I don't want to tempt fate, because we could well be later. Look at that, Benji's nearly camouflaged in that bush. So tomorrow we're going to go to Jimmy's farm. Jimmy's farm is owned and run by Jamie Oliver's friend Jimmy, for those that don't know. He's got lots of animals there, and until recently I believe he had a polar bear there, which shows it is quite a large concern, and dogs are allowed, so I can take Benj. So we're going there tomorrow, stopping here one night, and then we are heading over to Norwich for tomorrow night. From there we are going to explore Norwich a bit and head over through via Wroxham and the Norfolk Broads, and then up to Cromer. And we've got a site on the cliffside called Beeston Regis. Aren't the colours lovely? Autumn time. Yeah, Beeston Regis on the cliff, and then for 2 nights after that, our last 2 nights, we're going to the Sandringham Estate, to the Royal Sandringham Estate, and that's the CCC site, as is the Norwich one. This one's an independent one, Polstead Caravan Park, and then the other one we are stopping at Norwich is a CCC site as well. So I'm making use of my membership. But now I'm going to go and have an Aperol Spritz and have a chill after being invaded by ladybirds. So catch you later. Morning everyone, another bright and early morning. Just been to empty the bins, and I thought I'd give you a bit of another look around this park. Morning! That's the other side of the toilet block that we're at. As you can see, there aren't that many people on site, but it's well maintained. Yeah, I like it. I've enjoyed it here, but it's only been one night. So there's another field. Well, it looks like another 2 fields down there. Wow, it's quite a big park this, you know. Benji, come on. He keeps stopping me. That's what our walks are like. But as I said, we are making our way to Jimmy's Park today. Come on, Ben, please. I will empty the grey waste, grey water, and I will empty Benjamin. And I will empty the cassette toilet before we go. We had quite a good night. Got some sleep, which is always a bonus, isn't it? Anyway, we're going off for the day now to do this, so talk to you later. So we've just arrived at Jimmy's, just making our way in, and this is the entrance. A bug hotel made up of the letters. I really like that. And then there's a store there and a garden centre here, which looks very pretty. I think they're really just starting to expand this place. I like the entrance so far. There's a meerkat enclosure and then a noisy donkey over there. Quite a few in here. These are cute little cattle. They've got a lovely enclosure. They've got this bit here, a sandy bit here, and then they've got a part over there that goes into the wood, and it's all sectioned off so they can go into the wood and get some water. So there's more of their enclosure. It's really nice. I like that, how they've got all those trees. And then a bit more of a field around there. This area is called Project Macaque, and it's really lovely. They've got a ton of space to wander, and I think they can get through somewhere over here as well. They've made really good use of the natural habitat that was here already. It's all very well established rather than being new planting. There is new planting obviously because they're expanding, but yeah, really lovely. This is the tundra region of the park. They took on 2 polar bears from Sweden when their zoo closed down, and they've got 3 at the moment. There they are. And there's natural springs here, so it's helping improve their skin, which is good to hear. There's a railway track over there and it's quite busy, but doesn't seem to bother them. Got a lovely area here. I actually didn't realise, but these 2 here are Tala and Flock, mother and daughter, who used to be at Yorkshire Wildlife Park, and they came down here. Which one's the daughter? Tala? Well, anyway, the daughter, she's still trying to suckle. She must be nearly 3 years old, and she's trying to suckle off her mum. But yeah, these are the ones that were up at Doncaster. And the daughter is one of triplets, and the 2 boys are still at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. So that's a little fact for you. Oh, is there? In Richmond. It says that it's the largest enclosure in Europe, but I thought Yorkshire Wildlife Park was. Or do you think this has got more land?
Probably more land here.
I don't know. Looks like you can have private tours down there, which would be good.
Are they feeding them?
Oh, I don't know.
But maybe they might be slightly better. I think these two are mother and daughter.
Are they?
They came from Yorkshire Wildlife. Our local place
Did
is
they?
Yorkshire Wildlife
Oh,
Park.
right,
And they
okay.
came from there.
So you've seen the Yorkshire.
Yeah, yeah.
And how does this enclosure compare to the Yorkshire one?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. The ones in Yorkshire are similar, they're very, very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
And in sort of like Yorkshire Wildlife Park, there was two areas. And they kept the females over one side and the males all over the other side.
Those horns are massive.
Beautiful reindeer there. And they've got a lovely field out there, and then they've got all of this wood down here. It's a great wildlife park. I'd definitely recommend it if you're coming to Suffolk and Norfolk. I'm in the reptile place now, and these are leaf cutter ants going up the road, cutting the leaves all the way along. Over here, down there, and then they go down piping. They go down there. All the way along. I won't follow this all the way through, but I'll go to the end. And then they go down that piece of rope there, and then this must be where they live. Fascinating. So I came round the corner and saw this guy. Oh my god. I would not want to be confronted by one of these. Ugh. These are Arctic foxes in an enclosure in the wood. This is a nice area of expansion they're doing. We think somebody told us that they are going to be getting big cats here. So they're doing a lot of expansion. I've no idea how big the area is of the total farm, but it's amazing. All this wooded area. This looks like it's going to be a fabulous enclosure with some type of animal in the future. So this is the final segment in Jimmy's. I'd say, oh, peacock just jumped up there. I'd say it's really worth a visit if you are in Norfolk, Suffolk. Lots of expansion going on. There's a whole new area that they're doing that's going to be announced at the end of the month or next month. That looks really interesting in that bit that I showed you earlier in the India section near the wood, in the woodlands. But that looks lovely. And yeah, thoroughly worth a visit. It cost us £21, normal price is £23, and I won't tell you why it cost us £21. So that's it from here. Lovely place to visit. Morning everyone. We have come to Wroxham today at the start of the Norfolk Broads, I believe it is. Ton of swans here. They look quite nice looking out on the river. And then this pub here looks really nice. Oh, there's food stuff there, Deb. Yeah. That pub looks lovely. And then nothing looks as nice when it's a dull day though, does it? But it looks nice enough here. We'll have a wander on the river. We are now at Beeston Regis Caravan Park, near Cromer. We're here for 2 nights. And our pitch is right on the edge. I'll show you that when we come back. But this is an overview on a bit of an incline going up over the hill. And we are headed to that hill over there. We were at Norwich Caravan Camping Club site last night, and I forgot to take any video of it. I didn't like that one that much. There was nothing really wrong with it, but maybe it's because it was rainy and that. The toilets were clean, a bit older. They could maybe do with a refurbish. They weren't, I mean, they were fine, but we were spoilt with the one before. I haven't been to the ones this time just yet, because we're going for this walk. We're going to heading towards Sheringham. Apparently there's a lot of erosion here, like on the east coast when I was at Hornsey. However, that was horrendous. This isn't as bad. But the beach looks nice down there when you can get down. Lovely big expansive beach. And then over there in the distance, but you won't be able to see it. Now, wind farm in the middle of the ocean. Right, we're going to climb up that hill now. This is from the top of that hill, and the van is there. Benji was just about to pull me away, so I had to. There. Come for a look down at Cromer today. So this is the pier. Oops, sorry about that. Looks like there's quite a lot of shingle on the beach. As usual, and me and Deb keep looking out for all of the fighter jets that are training around here, but we are clouded over, so we're not seeing a great deal. We're hearing a lot, but not seeing a great deal. That's the pier, and it says here, there's an inscription in the paving that Cromer is one of the few places that you can see the sunrise in the morning from the sea, and then it sets again. You can see it setting again. I don't know how that works, but right, we're going to carry on with our walk. We were just saying that this would have been a grand hotel in its day. Hotel de Paris. Lovely grand old building. These were interesting, if not a bit vile. They are the nests of a brown something or other moth, and there's a ton of these bushes going down and they're covered in these moth nests. Look at this, what happened over there. Tons of them in it. We've just called off Sheringham on our way to Sandringham. We're stopping on the Sandringham estate overnight for 2 nights in a caravan and camping club one. Apparently it's just been renovated, and somebody that stayed there said it's really lovely now. Tide's in obviously, but it looks like it's a really cobbly beach. And as we all know, I don't like cobbly beaches. Some little birds down there. I thought they were oyster catchers, but I'm not sure what they are. If anybody knows, let me know. Yeah, so there's this high wall. That place over there looks nice. And then some old buildings made with all the cobbles. I like that. I've seen a lot of that. So after Sheringham, which actually we found out had a lot more to it when we were driving through it, we've now stopped in Wells next to the sea. This is a lovely place. There's an old ship down there. It looks a bit derelict, but it's got the big high mast. Looks like an old place. This is nice. And the marshes. And this here, this long walk here, is a sea defence to protect the land. So we're going to have a look round here. And I'll put you back on if there's anything interesting. There's I don't know if you can see it over there. Oh no, I can't get in close enough. There's a metal horse in the middle of that sandbank. This is the horse that I mentioned earlier on the sandbank. And that's the old ship. We've had our lunch at a lovely cafe. And now come down to the beach to have a look at the beach. There's a big caravan site over there, excuse me, called Pine Woods. And then we're just gonna walk up here. I'm puffed out because I've just walked up some steps. So, well, all I can say about this is wow. Look at all this sand. There are huge notices everywhere to come back 4 hours before high tide. People obviously get cut off on here, but first lovely sandy beach we've seen in Norfolk. But that's pretty spectacular with all of these huts. Dry. This is the horse that I mentioned earlier on the sandbank, and that's the old ship. Yeah, it is. Pictures right in the woods. Oh, bloody Nora.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Coach Road.
We've come to the Norfolk Lavender Centre today. We've missed most of the lavender because obviously it's later in the season, but there's some farm shops and gift shops to look around. This place sells ice cream, so I'm going to get a lavender ice cream. See what it tastes like. It's very well maintained here. Yeah, lovely. Old mill house there. The different types of lavenders all trimmed down for winter. So The National Lavender Centre, National Lavender Collection here. I've got a lavender ice cream. I have to say, I'm a bit underwhelmed by it. It doesn't taste very lavendery, unfortunately. This is a nice garden, pretty. A knot garden. Everything's geared up to pumpkins at the moment, of course. There's a restaurant in there that looks nice. And then there is a shop, farm shop in there. Come to Hunstanton now. Fair bit there. It's the beach. Boat out there that we've just watched go out that there is another video for, called a wash monster. So it goes down on the beach on wheels so far out and then goes into a boat. And then there is a sea life centre there. Quite a nice seafront. I'd say this is a typical seaside town. Nice area. Amusements over there. Plenty of eateries and ice cream places. That hotel up there looks nice, the Golden Lion. Lots of eateries, I bet they're rammed in the summer. I'm interested in that one up there, ice cream parlour. Always like a good ice cream parlour. However, that lavender ice cream I had, it was like vanilla with a tiddly hint of lavender. That's not somewhere I'd go again, but there you go. This is a lovely gardens area that would have looked stunning in the height of summer. All the canna lilies, really pretty, overlooking the sea. I think that's a big olive tree there. This is cute, the odd sock caterpillar. There's lots of odd socks on it.
Wait, do you make them then put them on?
No, I'm not there before.
And then we've just come across why the gardens are so pretty. They've won all of these awards. Every year. From 2005 to 2024. I wonder if they didn't win it this year. Ooh. Yeah, it's a nice town, this one is. It's got your bits for the kids, and then it's got lovely garden areas. Afternoon, everyone. So Deb and I are back from our trip to Norfolk now. We are unpacked. I've got my first my first set of washing out on the line, and yeah, so now I need to think where I'm going to go next. We had a great trip though. Nights in motorhomes are long. You just wake up all the time, but that's part of the trip. You just accept it. But we had a lovely time. Part of the country that I've not explored much. We liked Wells next to the sea. We loved being on the cliff top at Cromer, listening to the planes that we couldn't see because mostly it was cloudy, which was a shame. And it has made us decide that we want to go for a couple of nights near Coningsby, RAF Coningsby, where all of the fighter jets live. We want to watch them taking off, landing, etc., because we are plane geeks. Comes with being in an RAF family. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do for, I don't know when we're going to go, a couple of nights away in our next trip. We took a slow journey back, so we've had a great time, and we haven't fallen out, which was brilliant. My favourite place, when we went to Hunstanton yesterday. That was really nice. That was like a Scarborough-ish place. It had the amusements for kids, it had the nice walk along the prom, and then it had the lovely gardens and lots of eateries, and the fish and chips we had from a shop called Henry's. They were really nice. Wells next to sea, that was one of my favourite places as well. Walking down to Holcombe Beach, we drove down to Holcombe Beach, as you will have seen from the previous clip. That beach is absolutely enormous, but it's mainly sand banks, I think. And I actually looked on the map, and I'd never really taken much notice of the Wash and that part of our coast. So that was interesting to realise what that was, going into like a huge bay. I didn't even enter my head before. So yeah, it's been a good trip. Some of the roads were very skinny. What else did we do? Oh, gas. Filled up the gas today on the way just before we came back, and I'd spent the 2 weeks that I was in Cornwall with the girls in the summer, and then this week, and I filled it up with gas, and it cost me £8.92, which is absolutely awesome. We had the heating on some of the time as well, the last 2 nights, because it got a bit chilly. And we actually drove all the way back through either fog or thick fog. And then when we got to Finningley, blue sky. And it's absolutely gorgeous here. And all the way up country, we've travelled through all of that fog. So anyway, I'm going to bring this video to a close. And if you liked it, like and subscribe, click the notification button. I don't do many, so it won't be pinging every week. But yeah, it would be nice to get some more subscribers on my channel. And thank you for joining me, and see you next time. Bye.